Dodger Stadium sits high in the hills of Chavez Ravine, overlooking downtown Los Angeles, the San Gabriel Mountains, and rows of iconic palm trees. It's the third oldest ballpark in Major League Baseball, yet it remains one of the most modern and breathtaking stadiums in the world, known for its mid-century design and sweeping views. But what does it take to spend $300 million on a stadium and somehow make fans angrier than before? How did these massive changes impact the experience for fans and players alike? Well, let's find out. The early warning signs nobody saw coming. Well, way back in 2005, the Dodgers started something that seemed totally normal. They replaced almost all the seats in the stadium. The old ones had been there since 1975. Yes? So they were pretty beaten up. The new seats brought back those original 1962 colors: yellow, light orange, turquoise, and sky blue, which looked pretty sweet. They sold 2,000 pairs of the old seats for $250 to $500 each, with the money going to charity. Which sounds nice, right? Fans thought this was great, just basic improvements that made sense. But here's the thing. Nobody realized this was just the beginning of a spending spree that would eventually reach $300 million and leave a lot of fans scratching their heads, wondering what the heck just happened to their beloved ballpark. The small stuff that actually made sense. Between 2003 and 2005, they added LED video screens, including a main board that was 8.2 meters high and 14 meters wide. The picture quality was way better, and fans could actually see the replays clearly for once. They also converted some baseline seats into retro-style boxes in legroom and tables, plus they did basic repairs on the concrete structure. Nothing too crazy, just practical stuff that improved the experience. In 2008, they announced a $412 million project for a Dodger museum, shops, and restaurants, but then Frank McCourt got divorced and the economy tanked. So those plans got shelved. Fans dodged a bullet there, or so they thought. The new owners arrived with deep pockets. The story, well, it doesn't end there. In 2012, new ownership took over and hired Janet Marie Smith as their architecture and stadium specialist. Smith had worked on other ballpark renovations, so she knew her stuff, but she also had some very expensive ideas. The new owners, Guggenheim Partners, started with what seemed reasonable: new HD video boards, better clubhouses, improved bathrooms and concessions, updated sound systems. Well, these changes were completed for the 2013 season. They didn't stop there. Between 2013 and 2014, they added wider concourses, new restaurants, team store buildings to replace those temporary tents, and bullpen viewing areas with bars. Fans were starting to notice the price tag, well, getting bigger. Here's where things get really expensive. The updates continue. In July 2019, they announced another $100 million renovation that will create a massive center field plaza covering 0.81 hectares. Now, that's like 2 football fields of new space. They moved the Jackie Robinson statue from the left field entrance to this new center field area and added a Sandy Koufax statue right next to it. They built a children's playground right between the left and right playfield pavilions. Now imagine trying to watch a baseball game while kids are running around playing on swings. They also added new elevators and escalators connecting the pavilions to the field level. Plus, they created an entire exhibition honoring Dodger baseball legends, a sports bar, and a beer garden. Now, they redesigned the main entrance to the stadium, the $300 million reality check. Now, all of these renovations from 2013 to 2021 ended up costing approximately around $300 million. Yup, you heard that right, $300 million. That's more than what it would cost to build some entire stadiums from scratch. Now, get this. They buried an entire elementary school under the original parking lot back in 1962. I'm not kidding. Palo Verde Elementary School is literally under the pavement northwest of this base. But somehow, spending $300 million on modern upgrades feels even crazier. They spent all that money creating family-friendly areas and interactive exhibits when the stadium already had something way cooler. A buried school that nobody talks about. But wait there. There is more to this expensive story that will really blow your mind. When modern upgrades meet reality. So what did the fans actually get for all that money? Well, they got a center field plaza that looks great in photos but creates massive crowds during games. They got a children's playground that turns baseball games into a daycare session, which some parents love, but traditional fans, well, they find it distracting. They got new restaurants with premium prices that many longtime fans can't afford, and they got interactive exhibits that feel more like a museum than a ballpark. The whole experience started feeling more manufactured than authentic. The fans nobody asked. Instead of improving basic stuff that fans actually complained about, like parking, concession speed, or bathroom lines, they spent $300 million on entertainment zones and premium experiences. Longtime season ticket holders started feeling like they were being pushed out in favor of families with kids who wanted playgrounds and interactive exhibits. Regular fans who just wanted to watch baseball suddenly felt unwelcomed in their own ballpark. The stadium that used to have this laid-back California vibe where you could grab a Dodgers dog and enjoy the game now feels like a theme park that happens to have baseball in the middle. And that's not even mentioning the pricing changes that came with all these fancy upgrades. The hidden costs nobody talks about. You see, all these renovations weren't just about the upfront construction costs. The ongoing maintenance and operational expenses for these fancy new areas add millions more to the annual budget. That center field plaza, with all its interactive exhibits, needs constant staffing, cleaning, and technical support. Children's playground requires safety inspections, specialized maintenance, and insurance coverage that didn't exist before. Those new restaurants and bars need full kitchen staff, servers, and management teams. The sports bar and beer garden sound fun, yes they do, but they turned what used to be simple concession operations into complex hospitality businesses. Suddenly the Dodgers were operating restaurants, entertainment venues, and basically a small theme park all in one location. The technology trap. Now let's talk about all that fancy technology they've installed. Those HD video boards and sound systems, they're expensive to maintain. Every few years, technology becomes outdated. Guess who pays for these upgrades? Well, you guessed right. The fans. Through higher tickets and concession prices, the interactive exhibits in the center field plaza uses cutting-edge technology that breaks down regularly. When a kid spills juice on a touchscreen or a baseball fan gets too excited and damages equipment, that's thousands of dollars in repair costs right there. What really went wrong with the master plan? Now, the real problem is what all these changes represent. They spent $300 million solving problems that most fans didn't even know they had, while completely ignoring the issues people actually complained about for decades. Dodger Stadium was already one of the most beautiful ballparks in baseball, with those incredible views of the San Gabriel Mountains in downtown LA. The original design from 1962 was timeless, and the location was unbeatable, but instead of enhancing what it made special, they added layers of corporate entertainment that many fans neither wanted nor could afford. The buried truth about stadium economics and history. They moved 6.1 million cubic meters of earth to build the original stadium and used 21,000 precast concrete pieces, some weighing about 32 tons each. But spending $300 million on modern upgrades somehow felt like a bigger waste on resources. The original stadium was built entirely with private funds, which was rare at the time, and it opened on schedule in 1962. Even though they had to dye the grass green for opening day because the original turf wasn't up to par, they still managed to create something special, well, without breaking the bank or alienating fans. The current mess. Well, Dodger Stadium still has those amazing views, we can't deny, and that incredible location, of course. But it also has a fan base that's pretty divided about what their ballpark has become. Some families love the new playground and interactive areas, but long-term supporters feel like they're watching baseball in a corporate entertainment complex rather than a classic ballpark. The $300 million renovation that was supposed to improve everyone's experience has instead created a stadium where many fans feel like outsiders in their own house. And that's probably not what anyone had in mind when this whole spending streak started. If you enjoyed this journey through Dodger Stadium's expensive transformations, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and of course, turn on notifications so you never miss an update. Let us know in the comments which renovation you think went too far, and we'll see you at the next ballpark.